Hello and happy Tuesday. How are you guys today? I'm excited to show you today's card because it's a blue based card. If you know me, that's my favorite color to work with is blue. And I know I'm not the only one out there that likes blue. Hi Tori, hi Rosina. And so yeah, putting today's card together, I'm actually using some items that debuted as Christmas items. And yet today's card's going to feel very fresh, very springy, very fun. So it's kind of fun to bring those products back in and have you guys go, wow, those were Christmas items. So yes, hello Lois, and yeah, Tori's like, I finally got to jump in live today. So I'm trying to see if I can get on here quick. If not, it's no big deal because I usually can catch a lot of your questions and comments as I go along too. So, all right, so today is card number 2 for KQ Block's virtual stamp party, and here's today's card. So that doesn't look Christmassy at all, and it'll make more sense too as I get it turned around. So, don't really have anything else to say except for to get started on the card. Hello, Sherry. So I think I'm going to just do that. I'm going to set my iPad aside here since it's not wanting to connect, but I will just keep an eye here on my phone. Whoops, one more notch down. There we go. Okay, so here is today's card that I'm so excited about. It's got lots of blue. Hello there, Donna. And it's so amazing that I feel like a lot of you are my true blue stampers because you love blue cards as well. So with that, I'm going to show you what this card would look like with a navy background too, because there's a lot of navy in there. And so I wanted to see what that looked like, but I was a lot happier with the Seaside Spray. So, where this is coming from, this is the Pretty Perennials stamp set here, and that is featured on page, if you like to follow along in the mini catalog, on page 31. And my stamping friend, Dina Ricow, she is a $1 million sales achiever, so she got to go out to Stampin' Up! In Utah and have help designing her special stamp set. So that's what I'm using today. So it kind of is fun to play with something that a friend of mine actually inspired the choosing and creating of that stamp set. So that is where I'm bringing that from, and you can see all those dies there that go with it. Today I'm not using any of the dies, which I'm surprised because I was so excited. I got them out. In fact, they're still open. There's a lot of dies, so I love it when there's dies that coordinate, and I love it when there's lots of dies that you can use for all sorts of things, different kind of leaves, different kind of flowers, different kind of everything in there. So that is chock full of dies if you do go that route. For some of you that might not have a die cut machine, some of you have mentioned, well, like when you make your cards, like that has to have the die or whatever. Well, this card then, if you don't have a die cutting machine, I made just using the stamp set. So you can go, you know what, I can do that without a die cutting machine too. So I like to point out things that can stand alone, but things that are, I say, happier when they're used together. Hi, Angie. Hi, Julie. Hi, Diane. So, so that is where that comes from, the mini catalog, page 31. And I'm just going to flip over to this because I'm not quite done here. So that's the stamp set. And then the papers, the pretty papers that I'm using are from the Celebration brochure, and they're found on page 3. So if you order $50 worth of products in any of the catalogs, then you can get this fun, great 12 by 12 paper pack. So that goes on the whole month of January and the whole month of February. And then, let's see, I'm going to keep that open, but I just want to flash through some of these papers. So this is what I'm using today. Mostly blue on that side, lots of fun pinks on this side. Like, it was hard for me to not just start off from the get-go with this pretty paper. That back side's kind of like our card, but in a pink version. And then I love stripes, and so here's some stripes there, and then more floral on that side. And then, yep, today's paper. And look at these fun. I love like the little tread marks that can look, for some reason, florally and also like tire tracks at the same time. and then these bright circles too. So that's great. And then this puts in a darker version of that. Yes, Linda, pretty, pretty paper. Hello there, Barb. And I love these kind of green, just kind of lines, but not lined up lines. And then we've got those pretty flowers too, big and bright. So lots of pretty papers. And the best part about this package, the only way you can get it is for free. Free. So this is what's interesting though. I'm pairing it up today, like I said, with the Pretty Perennials. But if you look in the catalog here, it says coordinates with Pretty Perennials. So I'm like, okay, that sounds like what I'm doing. But then it also pairs up with this one too. So if you're debating, sometimes it's nice to know, like, is there another one that it pairs up with? It looks also great with on page 45, the In Bloom. So some demonstrators were like, I think they messed up because it really looks better with this, but I don't know. I think it looks great with both of them. So that's my little pitch for coordinating things to help you use your things to stretch them and go a lot farther. Okay, so card number 2 today for KQ Block's virtual party. I am going to use my Big Shot, but not for dies. I'm going to take this little piece of Seaside Spray. This is cut 4 inches by about, in between 2.5 and 2.75. You know that measurement right in there. And so I'm going to run it through my, can you tell I've been stamping lots of ink today on my finger, Painted Texture 3D embossing folder here. I have been so excited to use this folder because things look just like that when it comes out. If you like textured walls, when you're done like painting and such, or getting your walls ready to prep for painting, you will love this embossing folder. So I'm just going to put this in there, and it doesn't even really show that much, but I just wanted a little extra something on the card, and I can't wait to use it again when more of the embossing folder shows. So this is a 3D embossing folder, so when I put it through my new machine, it just takes the platform number 1 and platform number 4, and I just put it through like that. But look at this, guys. It's almost like frosting on a cake. It's so thick looking. How fun is that? So that you can tell it's 3D because it really gives a lot of dimension. The backside stays a lot flatter to put your adhesive on, in case you're wondering or worrying about that. But this just has a really nice thick textured look to that. So that is what I am running through there. But otherwise, let's get started stamping with the stamp set. Okay, so with that, I am going to just stamp on a piece of paper, and this is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2 of the white cardstock here. And with that, I need to pull out my Night of Navy. I'm going to start with my Night of Navy ink pad. And I'm going to set to that aside. And in the stamp set, there's this big happy. And so I'm going to start with inking that up, the happy, and I'm just going to kind of center that like so. And then I want to also put on the front of the thing, the card, the sending lots of. Normally I would put this sending lots of I'd put it right on the same block with my happy, so that I don't have to worry about lining things up, and one less thing to stamp out. But I'm also going to use the happy on the inside of my card. So I just have to make sure that I have it lined up well on the front side. So there's the sending lots of happy. Very simple, but I love the font, and I love how much of the card the happy takes up. So the happy has other different sentiments that go along with it, so that's great. And next I'm going to pop my mat here. I'm using my mat because it's a photopolymer stamp, and it just stamps out a lot better, clear, sharper images if I use my mat. But I'm going to go off this little piece of paper, so that's where I want my paper here, so I don't stamp on my mat and then transfer it onto my paper when I flip it over to put on adhesive. Hello there, Pam. So next I'm going to just take, these are some little outlines of stamps. I'm just going to stamp like one here and one here, and then just one over in the corner here, and that too is in the Night of Navy ink. So now I'm going to open up my second ink pad for this project, and that is the Seaside Spray. Seaside Spray coordinates really well with the Night of Navy, and for that, honestly, I got help from the paper because the paper said that Seaside Spray was used in the pretty paper. So then it's like, well, that helps, so then I know what to use. So I'm just going to take this, and I could really fuss about lining it up with these flowers, but it just kind of has a natural fit right into those, so it makes it easy to just kind of circle. And if you go out of the lines, it looks totally fine too. I love kind of almost like whimsical stamps that look like that and do that, so that helps. And then the last color I'm going to pull in is I needed some green for my card just to give it some pop. And I first pulled out Granny Apple Green because I wanted it to look bright, but that was just a little too vivid, a little too bright. Then Pear Pizzazz was a little too soft. And I thought, well, what about Just Jade? And Just Jade kind of has some blue undertones. So I thought, well, that might be perfect. And I think it was exactly what I was looking for. So I actually have two stamps on here, one on this side, that's the outline of the leaf, and on the top here will be the inside. So I'm going to start with like the outline here and just have some kind of going off my paper like so, and then kind of just filling in between like that, and over here it's kind of going off, and then like so there. So it's amazing how much that little bit of greenery really makes the card pop and fills in. So I'm just going to rotate my card, and since this is the same color, Just Jade, but I want it to look a little bit lighter, I'm going to stamp off on my scratch piece of paper here and then fill in my leaf. So ink, stamp off, and then stamp in. And that's going to just give it that little bit lighter look for the inside of the leaves, but yet it's going to coordinate perfect because it is the same color. So I'm just doing that here and that there. And once again, super easy with this being photopolymer, super easy to line that up. So love that. Sending lots of happy. Actually, this almost looks like about the same size as when you send somebody flowers or get flowers, and that little signature card is in there. So it's perfect for that. That would be fun if you sent somebody flowers and made your own little card. So this is going to be our focal point. So now it's time to kind of put the card together a little bit more. And I'm going to get my stamp pad out of there just so that I don't put a crease in my paper when I'm, oops, well, almost had a disaster there. I was more worried about getting the pad out so I don't put a crease when I'm putting my adhesive on. Okay, so my card base folds this way today. So it's 5.5 by 4 1/4, but going the long way there and scored at 5.5. So I'm going to go ahead and put my adhesive on the back side. And here too, it's like, oh, I could have easily used this back side for a fun card too, but it'll just encourage me to maybe order some more things to get my order to $50 to get this paper packet for free. I know a lot of you have chosen this paper, and I'm excited about that just because I know you'll love it. Then for my accessory here, I'm going to put that on right away, and that is the Seaside Spray here, Seaside Spray metallic ribbon. Whoops, in English, metallic ribbon there. And so look how pretty this is. It's that shimmery, shiny stuff. So when I said I'm bringing back Christmas stuff, this debuted with feels like frost paper, and it's just shimmery, shiny. And I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but it has a lot of shimmer shine. It does say metallic ribbon, so that holds true too. Very easy to work with and tie, so I like that as well. And so I'm just going to put that around the front of my card here, like so, and tie that in a knot, not in a ribbon, or not in a bow. So that works like that, and like so. I'm gonna get out my ribbon trimming scissors here and just snip that kind of at an angle, and that at an angle. like that. And that just kind of sparkles against that pretty paper. Like I said, maybe the camera doesn't pick that up, but in person, it just really sparkles on there, and I love it. Fun textured piece here. And so I'm just going to take and put my adhesive on here, like so. And I'm going to set that aside because I'm kind of going to do these two layers together. So that top layer with our sentiment, I'm going to pop up with dimensionals to give that an extra lift, like so. Make sure that there's one in the middle to keep it lifted up. And take off those papers like that. You guys are kind of quiet today with comments. Okay, so got that all off almost. Okay, there we go. So this is where I kind of want this one to tilt at an angle, but I also want as much of the thick texture to show as possible. So it's like, okay, this I think has more. So I'm going to just kind of tip that at an angle like so. And then I kind of want this to stay squared up with the card like that, so that the right angles are the same direction as the base and the side of the card. So how fun is that, just to put just like 3 flowers, a big sentiment, fun, happy flowers for the background to coordinate with the happy saying. And then for my inside, what I did is, so when I cut the paper, I'm cutting this let's see, 5 1/4, and then this I do in 3 chunks, 4 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches. And what happens is, what I have left over is a, let's see, 1.5 inch strip, so twice as wide, by 12. So what I do, yes, Tori, I love the paper. It's fabulous, and you love blue like I love blue. So I take and I cut this strip in half. So this is now 3/4, and then I go ahead and cut this into 4-inch chunks too. So I'm going to get 6 card fronts like this, and then I'm also, this will allow me to get 6 for the inside piece too. So this is actually 3/4 by 4 inches, so that I can kind of continue that same theme for the inside like so. So I like kind of leaving just a little bit of white on the edge. Oops, just want to scoot this down a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so I like leaving this little bit of edge because I think it even makes this paper pop a little bit more. And remember, I didn't put my sending lots of with my happy, because I'm going to now use happy on the inside. And it is a rare thing when I feel like I can use the same stamp on the outside as the inside, but I loved the way this followed through. So I'm putting happy and then the birthday in here like so. How fun is that, following through? Hello there, Joan. So now I'm ready to tape in the inside here, and I still have some embellishments that I want to add to the front of the card like so for the inside. Okay, and so for the front side, I'm going to take my take your pick tool, and then this is, where did I put, oh, here they are. They can't be far. I just made my sample card for you guys. Hi, Carla. So this is where I said I'm pulling out a second thing that debuted as a holiday item, Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels. Both that metallic ribbon here that I pulled out is in the annual catalog at the bottom of the page of the ribbons. And then the Holiday Rhinestone jewels are in the annual catalog too, where all the fun glitzy accessories and embellishments are. Thanks, Angie. Hi, Marilyn. So I'm going to pull this out, and I almost thought about using the pool party, but they look like they had a little too much green for what I wanted, and the navy was perfect. So I'm just going to pull off one of the bigger navy embellishments here. Actually, here, I'm just going to put it up, scoot it up a little bit, and then I'm going to put a smaller Night of Navy and a smaller one there. So I'm just going to put an odd number there, of the Holiday Rhinestones, just to really fill in those white spots and make the card even happier. So sending lots of happy and happy birthday. So I love, like I said, how the happy doesn't look goofy being the same stamped image on the front and in the inside. At least I don't think so. But you know what? You can always make your own card how you want to. So that works out as well. But yeah, so I'm excited to do a lot with the stamp set. I'm excited to get out the dies. Like I said, I was more surprised that I didn't use the dies that coordinate with this bundle than I was about having the card just be plain like that. So let's get the camera turned around. So that is card number 2 for K Block's virtual party. Oh, good. Thanks, Marilyn. And so with that, if you place an order, minimum 25, some of you, and this is me never like selling, but keep in mind, like the minimum order to receive the 3 free cards from Kay's party, minimum order 25 gets you that. But keep in mind, it's celebration. So some of you have already been just bumping up your orders to 50 to qualify for that free celebration, which today I highlighted the pretty paper. So not that you have to, you'll still get the 3 free cards, but I'd hate for you guys to go, oh, I wish I would have thought about that when I was placing my orders. So I always like to give you those little hints too without seeming like I'm pushing you to do something that you don't need to do either. So that is card number 2. I will be back tomorrow with card number 3 and to finish up Kay's party, and hopefully she'll let me know. I need to touch base with her when she wants to close. I know the other current hostess that I have, Sue, she wants to close her party by January 20th, so you still have time to order through Sue Bay's party. And KQ Black, she'll be closing her party, I know, this month, I'm pretty sure. So hopefully I can get a date and post that with the still shot of one of her cards. And then the next week I have a hostess, and I just started her code today too. So if you have been invited or know Dawn Quam, Pastor Dawn's party will start, and I will do those cards starting next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for Dawn's virtual party. But her host code is up and running, and I have that posted as a pin to the top of this Facebook business page of mine. So I have all the links to all the hostesses there for your reference to keep you guys organized and to keep myself organized too as that reference too. Thank you, Linda. So yeah, I thought, oh, what a fun day to do a bright, cheery card. And hi, Diane. I hope you can click back and watch the replay. So I'll sign off so you can do that. And then I'm going to go download the card so you can have the still shot as well as the supplies used to make it. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. Bye-bye.